everyone, it's Jessica, and today I have a review of the e.l.f. Ultimate Kabuki brush. Now this is retailing for $10 right now on e.l.f.'s website, and they sent it to me, and when I saw it, I was like, I've got to review this. This is hilariously awesome because it looks like the Becca brush. I want to say it's called like the One brush or something like that. I don't own it, but it's really, really pricey, which is why I don't own it. But this one looks like it's about the same size. This brush is incredibly soft. $10 is kind of pricey for an e.l.f. product, and that's why I was like, when I finally looked it up online after they sent it to me, and I was like, $10? But at the same time, it is really well made. This is made of like wood, the handle is, and it's really, really huge. So I have a demo of me using this to apply my contour and blush, which I have on today. So let me go ahead and show you that, and then we'll get into kind of the nitty-gritty details of this. Okay, so I've got my little e.l.f. Ultimate Kabuki brush here, and you guys, like, size-wise, this is like the size of my entire cheek. Like, this is a huge brush, and the length of it is as long as my cheek. And like, if I were to hold it here, like where I'd put my contour, it's the size of your contour, maybe even longer. So it is huge, and I kind of laughed when I got it because it's so incredibly soft, but all I kept thinking was, like, I could just go choo choo and have my entire face done. Like, it's huge. I'm gonna use my Kevyn Aucoin sculpting powder in medium just because that's a favorite. It's really expensive, I know, but it's my favorite. Some cheaper alternatives that I like. This is the Pixie Subtly Sun-Touched Bronzer, and it's a similar gray toned. It's a little bit more warm toned, but it's similar, and I really like that. I also like, this is an e.l.f. blush, but it's in Koi. Now this one has some shimmer to it, and again, it's not as cool toned, but it's nice. And then I also, well, I have a whole video on it, but the Aesthetica Contour Kit, there's this color right here. This is like a perfect dupe for the Anastasia one. This color right here is like the exact same. Can you guys tell? I mean, it's almost the exact same. So you could use any of them. I'm gonna use my personal favorite. So this is truly a first impression because I've never used this, and this could go on terribly. So I'm just gonna start with a little bit. And you see that there is a little bit on my brush. I'm gonna tap off a little bit. Here we go. So it's certainly, it's going a little low. No, that looks fine. I mean, I think, the problem is you really don't have control. So I'm thinking for contouring purposes, if you were wanting a true contour, this is not ideal because it's not controlled. It's very big, very fanned out. But if you're like me, I'm not doing like a contour like I'm just doing kind of a, I don't want to say a sloppy contour, but just kind of a more natural one where there is a little bit of darkness in that hollow, but it's not, you know what I mean. It's not makeup artist perfect, like photographed. So for that purpose, I think this is fine. I think ideally it's just ideal for bronzing up your face. So I'm gonna take this contour shade and I'll bronze up my face a little bit too. I mean, you see it does work fine, and it's kind of foolproof, but again, it's huge. So you don't want to go in with some crazy dark color and expect it to be perfect because it's just not gonna be. It's huge. Can I say that enough? So I'm gonna go ahead and use the same color and kind of bronze up the top. And I'm keeping the darker color here and at the tops, but not here, because that's like a highlight area if you wanted to highlight. You get a little bit more for the other side. And then of course you can take it down here. I mean, this would be ideal for like bronzing up your body. You know what I mean? It's so big. Honestly, you guys, this is kind of nice. I mean, like I said, you don't want to do a really dark color, but I am impressed with the way that it applied it. And it certainly didn't, I don't know, like it really does a good job of blending it out. I'm really surprised. Now, I'd had the e.l.f. regular Kabuki brush for a while, but I never used it because it was kind of the same size as a powder brush. And I was like, well, why not just use a powder brush that I love where I've got a handle? Otherwise, So for me, I really didn't use Kabuki brushes, but this one, I mean, I really like that. This might make its way into even my makeup bag when I travel. And that's how you know I like it, because I'm really picky about what I travel with. So I think it does a really nice job of contouring / bronzing if you're not looking for a really precise contoured look. So really it's just bronzing. But I really like it, you guys. What do you think? So clearly I was a little bit surprised as to how well this worked at applying my bronzer or contour. And mostly just because of the size, I thought it's just gonna be so sloppy, but it kind of made it look a lot more natural and nice, I think. Now, of course, now I've applied blush on top of it and highlight and things like that, but I have been struggling to really find a brush that I've liked for that purpose. And I'll use maybe one that's more like a powder, more like a powder brush, or I'll use like a, let me see if I can find it here. I'll use like a giant fan brush, like I've got this one from Sedona Lace. And it's really big, but I noticed that it's still pretty thin. And so it would just be like a stripe, no matter what I did, no matter how I did this. Whereas this one's a little bit thicker, and it kind of just makes it look really natural. I could not believe that. It does such an amazing job at blending in the skin. Now you could also use this for powder or powder foundation, because it is really thick. I mean, you could use it all over and apply powder foundation with it if you wanted, because it is so dense. But beyond that, similar products, like I mentioned, the Becca one is similar. A lot of people are getting into these really thin contouring brushes, like NARS has one, this is one from Diva Beauty, but it's so thin that it's great for if you want a very precise contour, but for every day, I don't want a precise contour. I don't want to look like I'm 100% made up. I'm a teacher. So this is so perfect at giving that natural look. I'm so excited to use this over the summer when I'm like bronzing and stuff. And I do have a feeling, I know I mentioned it, I probably will travel with this sucker because it is amazing. And it's, you know, you can use it in different ways. You could use it for powder, you could use it for your bronzer, things like that. Overall, would I recommend this product? Yes. I think $10 is not that bad of a price for something that is as well made as this is. I wish you guys could feel it, and I wish you could feel even the base, this wooden base. It's so well made, it's so useful, and it feels like a high-end brush. That's what I'll say. It feels like the MAC brushes that I own. Just really, really nice, soft, but actually works at blending something into your skin in the right way. So yes, I would recommend this. e.l.f. a lot of times on their site does have a lot of sales, or like, you know, spend $25, you get free shipping. I'll put a link below with e.l.f. coupons. I can also link my other e.l.f. videos, because I have a ton of e.l.f. videos where I review tons of their products, my favorites, and then things that I think are terrible. Just across the board, a lot of e.l.f. has found its way into my collection, and a lot of them I love and some of them I hate. So if you're interested in finding out about more e.l.f. videos, I'll put those links below. Other than that, I hope you found this review helpful, and if you enjoyed, please subscribe, and I'll catch you guys in my next one. Bye! Hey guys, it's Jessica, and today I'm bringing you a review of the entire Wet n Wild coverall line. Everything except for the powder. So I've got the primer, the foundation, and the concealer, and in a second I'm going to show you a demo of me applying it to my bare face so you can see how they look, you know, based off of what my skin was and then what it looks like with these on. That way you can really get a feel for the coverage and the finish and things.